Hiya, hiya. Well, I guess the news is that the weather has become the news. And I've become the news. I love that when Chevy Chase used to say, I'm Chevy Chase and I am the news. All right, what's this all about? I'll tell you what it's all about. It all began with this. This is a Russian toy. Well, a Russian souvenir. And it has a President Clinton with a cigar, because inside President Clinton, or inside Monica Lewinsky, is President Clinton. Well, he didn't go inside. But anyway, this is the other thing underneath it. See, it unfolds, the mystery unfolds, because behind all of this is a little bowling pin called Hillary. Now, the irony of all of this is I happen to be a guest of Putin in Russia, thanks to Pat Clardy from New York, who was the woman from New York, American, who set up banking in Russia. We wouldn't have the banking if it were not for our American systems and Citibank. I even use an ATM machine in St. Petersburg many times. So the deal here is that you have Russians who are very much like us. They want to have an economy. They want to have nice food and homes and cars and all this stuff that we want. And if I could have further proof, I would tell you to go to Brighton Beach, where you see a lot of Russians who come to America. What they really like is the money and the freedom. Well, who doesn't? All right, so the Russian people have a president who got his banking from President Clinton. And yet, on the other hand, he's been accused of thwarting the election of Clinton's wife. That's where I missed the connection. I'm saying, this is the guy that learned from Clinton how to take his country into money, but yet didn't want his wife to be president, did not want Clinton's wife to be president. I kind of get lost here somewhere. But you see, if you take down statues and you get rid of all kinds of artifacts and history, then you can't put the picture together, because you need to put everything inside of where it belongs. And that's the misconnection with this whole Muller thing. They say I look like a young Muller. Isn't it interesting? I'm older than him, and yet I look like a young Muller. Figure that one out. See, people don't have it. We don't have it right. I like this here. What does this shirt say? This is what a really cool grandpa looks like, I go by something like that. I'm a family guy. But I don't know what happened in Russia, except for the fact that we're all very competitive in the world, and they're helping countries that we don't like, and we're doing things that in this country to have power and to have money. And no one's balanced the budget since George Washington wanted blankets for I think he couldn't get a budget from the Congress to buy blankets at Valley Forge, if I recall. That's history. We don't have a lot of sense of history. The bird's ass is in the camera here. We don't have a good sense of history, and we gotta learn. And these guys who are being let out of prison early, you know what they should be having in prison? I saw a guy yesterday who discovered DNA and got out of prison after being on death row. A great story, and he was very articulate because he learned in prison. He studied. And if you're going to be in a jail, you may as well learn how to speak and how to read and how to write. These are important things to have in a society that has that has the right and the wrong in writing and in speech. The bird is angry because it must be a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a nothing. I registered as an independent, which means I don't care about either one of them. That's what it means. The bird hiding? Well, see, they don't want to hear this talk. The bird's going behind the scenes here. Anyhow, I know there's a lot of interferences when we are trying to deliver an important message, and I'm for the most part a bird brain. Don't you love the distraction? This is great. The fun of it is to watch people in their drama trip on themselves. Anyhow, this is thank you. I was going to tweet. Tweeting and twatting is what we're doing here. It's a Reynolds wrap.